Today, Michael Cohen took the stand in former President Trump's so-called hush money trial.
Cohen, of course, the star witness for the prosecution, answering questions about his role as the former lawyer and personal fixer for Trump. At the center of the testimony was how he says he helped Trump cover up stories before the election and the payment to Stormy Daniels. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor live once again at the courthouse with what Cohen had to say today. Alice.
Michael Cohen was steady. He was concise. He addressed the prosecutor as ma'am while he was on the stand. He told the jury about his background, how he came to work for Mr. Trump, and also was very complimentary of his time there. He also testified in detail about the lengths he would go to protect his boss. Michael Cohen told the court that his then boss, Donald Trump, wasn't thinking about Melania. This was all about the campaign when it came to paying adult film star Stormy Daniels for the rights to her story about an alleged affair with Trump. Prosecutors say to silence her before the 2016 presidential election. Cohen testified during the negotiation. Trump wanted to delay the payment and said to him, "What I want you to do is push it out as long as you can. Just get past the election, because if I win, it has no relevance, and if I lose, I don't really care." Cohen said Trump never directly answered whether he'd had a sexual encounter with Daniels, but he did say she was a beautiful woman and that he'd met her at a 2006 golf tournament. Cohen said if Daniels' story got out, Trump thought women will hate me, that guys would think it was cool, but it's going to be a disaster for the campaign. Cohen explained at the time Trump was polling very poorly with women, that this, coupled with the leaked Access Hollywood tape, during which Trump is caught on a hot mic talking about groping women, would be a disaster. Of the tape, Cohen says Trump told him they needed to put a spin on it. Trump, he says, told him Melania recommended, saying it was just locker room talk. Prosecutors asked Cohen if he at times lied for Trump. "I did." But he also said working for him during those 10 years was an amazing experience in many, many ways. Cohen paid Daniels out of his own pocket. Trump is charged with 34 felony counts of falsifying business records related to that payment, which prosecutors say was reimbursement to Cohen disguised as legal payments.
Bragg cannot prove his case. Got no evidence. And I'm innocent. This is a political witch hunt. We have records, and they talk about bookkeeping. The only thing down in the bookkeeping is that we call a legal expense a legal expense. It's perfectly marked down.
Cohen says when he set up a bank account for the LLC he created to handle the transaction to Daniels, he lied about the kind of company it was. "I'm not sure they would have opened it if it had stated to pay off an adult film star for a non-disclosure agreement." At the end of the day, prosecutors were still on direct examination of Cohen, so he'll take the stand again tomorrow, and they will continue. Maurice, Christine.
Alice, we know when Cohen testified during Trump's civil fraud trial, Trump walked out at one point. So how is he acting today during the testimony?
That's right. Because this is a criminal courtroom, he is required to be here. He can't just get up and walk out like he did during that trial. There's also a limited gag order on Trump for this trial. He can't talk about witnesses in the case, so he was unable to comment about Michael Cohen's testimony when he left the courtroom this afternoon. I'd say he had his eyes closed for about 90% of Cohen's testimony today. The other times he was seen rummaging, leafing through some papers in front of him, but he mostly was just sitting there with his eyes closed.
All right, okay. Alice Gaynor, thank you for that report. And when court is in session, you can follow live updates from inside the trial on our website, cbsnewyork.com.